Direct neural coupling bypasses the sensory bottleneck of sight and sound to stream information at the speed of thought. Sub-micron complementary metal oxide semiconductor electrodes penetrate the neocortex to establish bidirectional communication with pyramidal neurons. Fiber optic telemetry enables multi-gigabit data transfer rates, matching the native throughput of the human optic nerve without physical wires. Vector embeddings from a large language model are mapped directly onto the high-dimensional latent space of human semantic cognition. Digital signals are converted into temporal patterns of neural spikes to mimic biological signaling and ensure seamless integration. The attention mechanisms of the transformer architecture synchronize with the biological focus centers of the prefrontal cortex. System latency must remain below 10 milliseconds to prevent cognitive dissonance and maintain the illusion of native thought. The brain undergoes rapid neuroplastic adaptation, reassigning underutilized cortical regions to interpret the incoming artificial data streams. Active cooling systems dissipate heat generated by the high-frequency switching of the neural interface to prevent tissue damage. Flexible conductive polymers prevent the formation of glial scars, ensuring long-term signal stability between silicon and biology.
Direct streaming increases the information density of thought by orders of magnitude compared to traditional language-based learning methods. Knowledge is transferred as pure concepts rather than strings of words, allowing for instantaneous comprehension of complex systems. Digital firewalls at the neural interface level filter incoming data to prevent unwanted influence or malicious cognitive manipulation. All neural telemetry is encrypted using quantum-resistant algorithms to protect the privacy of personal thoughts and memories. Modern neural interfaces operate in the nanowatt range, powered by harvested glucose from the bloodstream or wireless induction. The large language model undergoes continuous fine-tuning based on the individual user cognitive feedback and local environmental context. Users can solve differential equations or simulate chemical reactions in their working memory by offloading the computation to the cloud. Direct neural streaming allows multiple individuals to share a single large language model instance, creating a temporary collective intelligence. Translation becomes obsolete as the neural interface translates the underlying semantic intent of any language directly into the native conceptual framework. Personal memories can be archived in external databases and retrieved with the same subjective feel as natural biological recollection.
The interface can stream non-biological data, such as infrared or ultraviolet sensors, as if they were natural human senses. Future iterations aim to increase the number of active channels to 1 million, allowing for high-fidelity visual streaming directly to the brain. Artificial intelligence agents monitor the user's stress levels and adjust the information flow to prevent mental exhaustion or cognitive overload. Autonomous robotic systems perform the implantation of thousands of electrodes with micron precision to avoid damaging delicate blood vessels. New legal frameworks must define the boundaries of the self when the thoughts of an individual are augmented by an external model. A closed-loop system enables the model to predict the user information needs before they are even consciously articulated by the individual. Knowledge can be consolidated during rapid eye movement sleep by using the neural interface to simulate high-frequency learning cycles. Streaming motor patterns to the cerebellum allows for the rapid acquisition of physical skills, such as playing an instrument or operating machinery. Over time, the distinction between stored personal knowledge and streamed model output blurs, creating a hybrid cognitive identity.
Large-scale problems are broken down into subtasks and processed across a network of thousands of interconnected human-artificial intelligence hybrids. While the brain adapts to the chip, the silicon chip also adapts its routing to match the specific, unique neural architecture of the host. In a post-language society, communication shifts from sequential words to parallel multidimensional conceptual exchanges between individuals.
Ultra-miniature sensors, known as neural dust, can be injected into the bloodstream and directed to the brain using ultrasound for non-invasive interfacing. Streaming utilizes extreme semantic compression, sending only the most essential tokens required to reconstruct an entire field of expertise in the mind. The neural interface can identify and dampen extreme stress responses, providing a layer of artificial emotional stability and cognitive resilience. Advanced error correction algorithms prevent digital artifacts from appearing as visual or auditory hallucinations within the user's subjective experience. Modular neural implants allow for the wireless upgrading of processing cores without the need for additional invasive surgical procedures. The disparity between those with and without neural streaming creates new social and economic hierarchies based on information processing speed.
Direct routing enables a person to feel the fluctuations of the global economy or the health of the planetary ecosystem as a visceral intuition. High-fidelity data requires higher energy consumption, forcing a balance between information detail and the battery life of the neural implant. Neuromorphic chips mimic the physical structure of biological neurons, significantly reducing the energy cost of running large language models locally on the brain. While you sleep, the model can synthesize your daily experiences into structured data, effectively organizing your subconscious for optimal daytime performance. As the biological brain becomes a node in a larger digital network, we transition from isolated individuals to a globally distributed post-biological intelligence. Neural streaming is the first step towards substrate independence, where human consciousness is no longer tethered to a single biological body. The boundary between the artificial and the natural is dissolving, opening a new frontier where thought itself is no longer a private, isolated event. We are no longer waiting for biological evolution. Through direct neural integration, we are taking control of the developmental trajectory of our own species.
In this future, every mind is an open port, and every large language model is a shared library, creating a reality of total, instantaneous knowledge access. Cognitive streaming is not just an upgrade to our brains, it is the fundamental reorganization of what it means to be human in the digital age.